Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. I'm Valerie L'Herrou from the Virginia Poverty Law Center. I'm the Deputy Director of our Center for Family Advocacy. And I want to laud and express my sympathy to the people who spoke very movingly today about something that is just very emotional, very difficult, and very painful. For 7 years, I was a hotline volunteer for the Sexual Assault Crisis Center in Charlottesville, and then for 6 years I worked at the State Coalition of Sexual Assault Crisis Centers. So I'm very, very familiar with the issues. But one of the problems that I have with this bill as a family advocate is the impact on children. So if a person's parental rights are terminated, then the child has no pathway to have a connection to the paternal side of their family at all. That includes any siblings that they may have. It includes any aunts and uncles, grandparents. It also means that that child can never inherit from that parent or be the beneficiary of things like survivor benefits from any retirement account that they might have or insurance or anything like that. They also can't access medical records that might impact them if they had a health problem. And the child themselves, they were not a victim of the situation. As previous speakers have said, these are as between two adults. And so it's cutting them off from, if their, for instance, mother were to die, then they would be an orphan because they would have no paternal side of their family. So for these reasons, when it comes to children, we urge you to consider these issues before you pass the bill. We do understand that, this is an important issue and suggest that perhaps the custody statutes that already address this issue, maybe we could take a different look at how to address it through those statutes. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My suggestion was that within the statute that Mr. Gray was referencing, where if a person has been convicted of the crime which resulted in the conception of the child, they're not considered to be a person of legitimate interest for the purpose of visitation, custody, et cetera. To add to that language saying that if the person is convicted or found by clear and convincing evidence to have committed the acts that caused the conception, they shall not. So basically adding the person who has not been convicted for a variety of reasons to that same statute in the same line. And I did send some language to your staff attorney just so that they would have it in case this issue arose. The other problem with this, of course, is that here we have the statute already that prohibits custody and visitation of a person convicted of this particular kind of crime. But then we're creating a much harsher penalty for someone who hasn't been convicted under our existing code. So it makes a conflict if we were to adopt this law. Thank you.
Thank you. So.